Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of Okx Talks, brought to you by Okx Cryptocurrency Exchange in collaboration with Coin News Extra TV. So we have an amazing topic as usual. Today we're going to be looking at regulation. The topic for today actually is cryptocurrency regulation, impacts and dangers. So we're going to be looking at the impact of regulations in this ecosystem and some of the dangers we see regulation may pose when it comes to cryptocurrency and blockchain ecosystem. So my name is Lee Ichemo Heri. I'm your anchor for the show. We have two amazing guests who are going to be bringing insight from different regions. So we have a guest from Africa and another from Asia. So we welcome our first guest in the person of Chika Beke. She is a compliance and risk analyst. Chika, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Hi, hello everyone. Hi, thank
Chika,
you
can
for
you hear me?
having me. Yes, I can. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, it's a pleasure. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing very great. Thank you for joining us once again. So I'll be welcoming our second guest, our guest who is joining us from Asia, precisely Pakistan, Ahmed Mansour, who is the founder and CEO of Pakistan Blockchain Institute. Ahmed, you're welcome. Are you
Sorry,
on
my
mute? I
mic,
can't hear you.
yeah, my mic was muted. I'm sorry. Actually, I was saying that thank you very much for having me here.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. I love this nice idea.
Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome once again. So, doing our audience, you know how we do, do where to follow us, flow based on across all the social media, Twitter and Telegram, at Okx Africa. And also follow us on social media, CNTV. But now we go back now we short break. When we return, we'll go into discussion. Be right back. Okay, from my production, break. So let's into the discussion. As far we have a lot of questions. Let's look at regulation. How is regulation in tech space? From the able to see how regulation around fintech, and then to look at blockchain and crypto. Let me start from you. How do you see things are so far?
Uh, can I? Actually, it's my turn, right? Actually, the voice is a little bit off. So, actually, the thing is, in the fintech space in Pakistan, we have something like you say working on these regulations. Like I was the part of some committees which are working on it, and soon for the crypto thing, we hopefully Pakistan is going to ban it, and they are going to work on the CBDCs. So that's where they are going towards, because there are a lot of other things in the crypto market is going on. There is recently a big scam has been found by our agency, the intelligence agency. So we are moving towards, Pakistan is moving towards the strategy about the blockchain as well as the central bank of digital currencies. So let's see how it goes on in nearby, inshallah.
Oh yes, I see. Can you mute? Some echo. Can you mute your mic?
Sorry, come again. Actually, I missed your question. I'm so
See
sorry.
if you can mute your mic. Just mute. I could see
Okay.
some.
Okay.
Okay, we see that most especially in the Middle East, there are a lot of issues when it comes to cryptocurrencies, and we see that most of those countries they tend to embrace blockchain the more when it comes to this ecosystem than cryptocurrencies. And we see things on food, we see how they'll be able to embrace cryptocurrency. That's a nice one. So let's look hear from you, Chika. How do you see regulations around the fintech sector in general?
Well, I would say it's still, collaborative and it's still a work in progress. Because if we say for Nigeria, at least in 2021 at the beginning, we saw a couple of good regulation from the issuance of the framework regulatory sandbox to open banking and the framework for QR code. Then mid, 2021, we saw the ban on banks having financial transactions with cryptocurrency and clamping down on some companies for illegal FX trading. So I would say there's still a lot of room for improvement, growth, and collaboration between the regulatory authorities and the fintech leaders.
Okay, we want to be able to observe and see how regulations are being done around fintech. Now that we've been able to see a bit around how it is around the fintech ecosystem, let's look at regulations around the crypto space proper. Regulations are really needed at this stage of crypto adoption.
Yeah,
Ahmad?
yeah. Actually, what I'm considering or thinking about that, if crypto move towards the CBDC and something like that, like if they give permission to the crypto assets, they define everything like an asset, like the NFT and something. So that will be regulated easily, rather than we always think about the currency and the cryptocurrency or something like that. So let's see how it will move towards that.
Okay, you feel CBDC is preferable. Is that from your own point of view? CBDC is preferable.
Actually, I'm more work towards the CBDCs right now, because that has become the future after digital yuan has been issued, and they are working on it like in China. So more people are going towards that, right? So let's see how it will work on, because now NFT is in the market, as well as many people are working on the crypto assets. Regulate crypto assets more than cryptocurrency. So let's see. Basically, right now, many people, because there is some use cases for the dark web and something like that. So we need to mitigate all those issues as well. So this is basically, that's why people normally now start working on CBDCs, so that everybody can track what they are going to do. Like in third world countries like us, we have something to mitigate the money laundering and something like that, right? So that's what I am actually talking about, the CBDC. So I am more into the CBDCs.
Okay, thank you very much. So our audience, if you have questions, please do drop it at the comment section. When we get to that segment, we'll be able to pick your questions and ask to our guests who are knowledgeable about this ecosystem and the topic. So let me hear from you, Chika. How do you think regulations are really needed at this stage of crypto adoption? What's your take on that?
Well, I'll say yes. I believe, this is the best time for collaboration, especially with the regulatory authorities and the industry experts to sort of, develop a framework. As the industry experts they can provide insights on the best way to assist with the regulation so we do not stifle innovation. And it's better now so that we do not get, reactive regulations that are made out of fear. If regulation, if we have like proactive regulations instead of regulations that are just reacting to maybe the scams, maybe the money laundries, I think, get better regulations that, and it should be, properly done instead of getting mainly bans or restrictions here and there. And of course, the crypto space is, still evolving here and there. So I'm hopeful that whatever regulations we're able to put out now, it's important we have regulation because it's necessary to protect, the customers, the investors, and to prevent, cryptocurrencies from illegal use and for like tax evasions. It's also important so that, we can get better classification for what exactly they are. Are they digital currencies? Are they digital assets? What exactly are they? So this is the best time because the more we sort of wait for that, the more we get reactions, we get bans, we get fines, rather than having collaborations and proactive regulations out there. Yeah, so that's my take on that.
Okay, let me hear from you. Also, Chika. We are looking at regulations that will not stifle innovations, most especially in this ecosystem. So, looking at the regulations that have been in existence, that the regulation has not really fully taken place. The ones that we're seeing that are coming up recently, how would you say how has crypto regulation been so far? Has it been friendly? Chika, can you hear me?
Okay. Hi. I didn't know you were waiting for me. Okay. So well, I would say it has gone both ways. We've seen the friendly ones and we've seen the, harsh ones that are sort of like China, like he mentioned that China that is banning it and saying, we don't want this in our country, we don't want any minting, we don't want it. We have our own digital yuan, we are okay with this, promoting that rather than say and clamping down on crypto. And we have Russia, we have India who are also towing towards that part of sort of banning it. Then we have countries like El Salvador who have made them their legal tender. You understand? We have Gibraltar, we have Malta who they are very friendly with this. Then we have Nigeria who has prohibited financial institutions from dealing with. Then we have Singapore who just placed a ban on you know publicly advertising crypto services. So I think we've seen it from both angles. We have seen those that are really friendly, and we have seen those that are on the other side of it. So I guess varieties of crypto regulations here and there.
Yeah, interesting to know that. People, most countries are looking towards that direction, and also we see some of them who are not friendly when it comes to cryptocurrency, and also they are looking towards CBDC. Let me hear from you, Ahmad. How has crypto regulation been so far? I know Pakistan have been so strict about it, and some Middle East countries. So, from the blockchain point of view, how do you think regulation has really been?
Actually, like myself, actually, I'm most of the promoting, as you know as well, that I am promoting blockchain by itself, the whole use case, right? So recently we have done actually first blockchain summit in a few days back in Islamabad. So that is moving towards like blockchain. We are talking about the ministries and everybody else, that how can we make a strategy to deploy blockchain in other use cases, like there is money is something and the currency is something, but we can deploy in blockchain in supply chain, blockchain in healthcare, blockchain in education, and even digital identities, that we are making strategies for that. I know this is basically not a short term work or something like that, but we are working on it, inshallah, and hopefully we can do it in some time actually.
So do you think the regulations around blockchain, how would you say, I know I see that most, let's say men that corporates and companies are more friendly around blockchain. So have you been able to do regulations around blockchain that will encourage adoption?
Yeah, actually, regulation, when we make the strategy, then we will actually, there is a process of all that, right? Then we take towards our parliament and something like that. We can approve everything, made them approve for us that this is the strategy we have for our thing. Basically, the blockchain, for using a blockchain, there is no regulation actually required technically, because that is the technology. But we need a regulation when there is something like you need cryptocurrency or something like that, then you need a proper regulation for that. So in blockchain, which project is going to be deployed and which project is not going to be deployed, that is the only regulation we need in any country, right? Like if we talk about in the broader way for the blockchain, then that is the same like internet, right? For the internet regulations, like which website is going to be open, which software we need to use, right? So that regulation is required, that this project is okay, that is fine, we are, that is no harm for this project. So that is the regulation we only need for the blockchain, right? In any country, actually not in Pakistan, in any country.
Okay, and thank you very much for that insight. Um, so let's look at, let me, Chika, you are compliance and risk analyst. Let's look at this. We see that around 2016, 2017, there was no much regulations, maybe government interest or regulations around the crypto space. Now we've been able to see some regulations coming in around advanced or did this stifle innovation?
Oh, I think you broke in between.
Chika,
I didn't. Yes, I didn't hear you. I heard when you stopped at crypto risk analyst. So could
Chika, can you
you?
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you please repeat the
Can you
question?
hear me, Chika? Okay, please.
Yes, I can.
Can you, yeah, can you compare? I was saying to around 2016, 2017, there was not much regulations or government interference or involvement in the ecosystem. And now we could be to see much more regulations around the crypto space. Has the ecosystem really advanced now that we've been able to see regulations, a bit of regulation?
So if I'm getting your question, you're asking me how those regulation has affected the ecosystem now compared to before. So I would say
Yes.
before we didn't have much regulations, but I guess now because of the amount of crypto exchanges and sort of the amount of people that are going into crypto, the government, is probably wanting to have regulations to protect people. So I don't know if it's fair to sort of judge, then and now, because of course the number of transactions and the amount of transactions have, greatly increased, and it's just recently that, we started seeing regulations, and the regulations are not even, very clear. But the few that we have seen, which is, the ban or the restrictions, have they stifled in innovation? I don't think so, because these regulations are, are still not very clear, and we're seeing more transactions and more money made now than then. So I wouldn't necessarily say it has, stifled innovation. What I would say is maybe it has given exchanges and regulatory bodies an opportunity to sort of look back and see how best to ensure that this crypto space is safe for everyone.
Okay, interesting. I would like to get your take on that, Ahmad. How do you think? I know there are not much discussions around crypto over there. How do you think regulations and development?
Okay, on my take on this, actually, like if we think like to make a regulate the crypto for a normal people, like who has a very low investment, right, on a normal person, then we do it something like that, like a government, what it can do, government can do, like they make some certificates backed by some cryptocurrency, or then they make everybody to like investment on that. So that is one thing I personally think, that is the one process we can understand that this will work out or something like that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Let's
very
see.
much. Let's
See
see.
this.
See this.
You know,
You know,
we are going to
I mean,
say,
stations.
all this thing, what
What
impact
impact
have on crypto? For example, when you see that Pakistan, they don't want to hear about cryptocurrency. Do you think it
do you
has really
think it
affected
has really affected
the
the
ecosystem?
ecosystem? Ecosystem. Actually, I think my voice is clear, right? I don't know why my picture is stuck, but my voice is clear, right?
Yes, yes. Go
Yes,
ahead,
yes.
please.
Go ahead, please. Yeah, actually, the ecosystem is based on like when we talk about the crypto economics, not cryptocurrency. I'm talking about right now. When we take crypto economics into the equation, now everything is going to be changed, because we are talking about the ecosystem, the complete ecosystem. That is, the token economy came up, right, came in, and then crypto economics came in. Then there is a currency, or like the same cryptocurrency or the digital currency, whatever you say it, then that will came in. So that is the complete equation, right? So when we change, regulate the complete whole ecosystem, so we need everybody and everything on board to actually, that is the thing we need to regulate, right?
Okay,
Okay,
interested. Let
interested.
me
Let
can
me
you help me
can you
say
help
about
me
that
say
before we move
about
to
that?
the next question?
Can you repeat the question? You were echoing, so I couldn't hear you. So can you?
Okay, I was asking, what are some of the impacts regulation has had on?
Okay, so what are some of the impacts? So I'm going to talk about it from, because we know the regulation. We're going to talk about it from the banning aspect, of it. So for me personally, I think the effect banning will have on crypto is, I feel like it will increase the bad, players in the ecosystem, because now, they actually don't have much to worry about. And even if I get scammed from, cryptocurrency or whatever, how do I report that I sort of invested in this thing that is banned and is not allowed? So I think banning crypto, it's just leaves the consumers vulnerable to these bad players. And we have also seen how, banning of cryptocurrency sort of causes a dip in, the coins in the market. So for every ban that we've seen a dip, whether it be it China, or the recent Singapore, or the recent law that Estonia has. So for every sort of regulation that completely bans it, or is unclear, or is, restrictive, we have seen the dip, and we have seen the effect it has on the market. So basically, I think depending on the kind of regulation, it would, if it's a ban, it would definitely have negative effects on, the crypto market.
Okay, okay, thank you very much for that. I want to hear from Chika still. Let's look at when it comes to regulations. There have been these discussions around it. Who should be regulated in the ecosystem? Is it the users? We have had some discussions. Or yeah, some people say the users. Yeah. So who are to be regulated? Is it the users, or the cryptocurrency exchange, or companies that are playing a role in the ecosystem? Or who do you think should be regulated? Or should the regulation be general? Chika?
Yes, I would say, of course, the regulation should be general. The entire ecosystem, be it the investors, the retail investors, the company investors, the users, the exchanges. I would like to say, everybody, but crypto is still in its early stage, so I don't know how possible it is for the entire ecosystem to be regulated. So I think if we have to regulate it, I think we need to focus on the crypto exchanges, because they are the ones that facilitate these transactions, and they're the ones that we actually know. So I want to say the entire ecosystem, but I really don't know how feasible it is right now for us to sort of regulate the entire ecosystem.
Okay, Ahmad, what do you think when it comes to regulations? Do you think the entire ecosystem should be regulated, or just the exchanges or companies?
Actually, I agreed with Ms. Ma'am Chika. Actually, that is basically the whole ecosystem need to be regulated. That is not something like you regulate one use case and the other one is not, right. So that is for everybody. So that is a very generalized thing that we need to regulate each and every point out of it. That is the minimalistic point. We need to see that if that is regulated and what is the impact. If that is not regulated, then what is the impact? So we need to work on each and everything. This is not something like that. We, in something we can regulate this thing, and we are not doing this thing. So we need to regulate the whole ecosystem, right?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for our audience. In case you're just joining us, this is Okx Talks, brought to you by Okx Cryptocurrency Exchange in partnership with Coin Extra TV, CME TV. So today we're talking about an interesting topic. We are talking about cryptocurrency regulations, impacts and dangers. So we have amazing guests who are doing justice to that, which has really been a very interesting conversation so far. And also, we are getting closer to the segment where we'll be able to pick questions from you guys. So if you have questions, do where to drop them at the comment sections. Very soon I'll get into that stage and picking questions. So if you have any questions around crypto, around this topic, or anything you want to ask, please do where to drop it. We'll be picking it shortly. So let me start with you, Ahmad. Let's look at how are you making contributions in the space. I know you were paying much attention around CBDC. So whatever I see your title as well. So how are you making contributions?
My contribution actually in Pakistan and national and international things that I am actually contributing like more of the 98% of the whole blockchain, right? I am not talking about the cryptocurrencies only. Like most of the people, because that is a big misconception when people think about the cryptocurrencies equal to blockchain. You have faced this, right? We have discussed that in the a year back, right? If you remember that how it's going to be worked. So I am the person who is contributing, like telling people that blockchain is a technology and the cryptocurrency is basically a use case of it, and I handle it like a use case. I'm not into it very much, but so we need to work on a blockchain if we want to go towards the new technology and the emerging technologies. So that is what my contribution a little bit what I'm trying to do in Pakistan and trying to with other countries, right? So that's what I'm doing.
That's a good one. Thank you very much for the contribution you are making. Let me hear from you, Chika. I see you're a compliance and risk analyst. Which other ways are you making contributions?
Well, I don't currently work in a cryptocurrency organization, but I think I've been talking, about the importance of compliance in the crypto space. People tend to see compliance as an afterthought and not something that needs to be
Your
done.
voice is a bit low, Chika. Your voice is a
Can
bit
you
low.
hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Yes. So I said I talk about the importance of compliance in the crypto space, because compliance, even in the financial institution, is something that is seen as an afterthought. It's not something that is seen as I'm starting this business, I'm starting this company, it's not something that should be one of the first things that you do. So I'm talking about the importance of compliance in this space and telling people that yes, a lot of these regulations are very unfair and we say we don't have regulations or the regulations are unfair. But having proper compliance systems and effective anti-money laundering and know your customer protocols will help build a solid foundation for whatever. So even if we say okay, there are no clear regulations on these things, having the basic which a normal financial institution is supposed to have will sort of cushion the fall when the regulators start putting out these policies because they will and they'll be coming in full force. And the people in this industry or the exchanges that would be able to withstand and not fall or be able to cushion the effect are those that already have solid foundations and are just waiting for the regulators to say, okay, even if you have this, let's add this and this, let's add this and this, because we can all see that traditional anti-money laundering and cyber protocols can't work or won't be enough in the crypto space. So basically, talking about it, creating more awareness about it, basically does that.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's delve into the dangers. Let's look at some of the dangers when it comes to crypto regulations. Let me hear from you, Chika. What are there some dangers when it comes to regulating cryptocurrency? Chika, can you hear me? I can't hear you, Chika. Are you on mute? Okay, while I wait for her, let's hear from you, Ahmad. Let's see, I want to hear from this direction. Not having regulation or proper regulation around the crypto space, are there some dangers there?
Main thing which we are facing, like in Pakistan, there is a few days back, actually, many people scammed, right? So there are a lot of currencies like which are fake currencies, right? So people normally invest in it and that is gone, right? More than 11,000 currencies are right now on the internet, right? More than 11,000, you know that, right?
Yes,
So how many of them are real? So that is one thing. The other thing, the dark web usage. That is one of the main concerns. The third thing is money laundering. So for countries like us, like yourself, these three things actually one of are the major things, major risks we are facing. So for these things, we need to make proper regulation, proper usage, proper things to regulate everything if we want to mitigate these problems. So these are the main problems which I actually talk about. Ma'am Chika actually go and talk about it more.
Okay, so please, what can you repeat the question?
what did you say?
Can you please repeat the question? I couldn't hear
Oh,
you at some point. Yes.
okay, I was saying, what are some of the dangers when it comes to crypto regulations? Are there dangers when it comes to regulating cryptocurrencies?
Well, okay. Of course, we would say with regulating it, they are not supposed to be, or we're not supposed to have, any dangers. But I think because people do not actually understand what crypto is and how it works, we might be, supposed to bring in a regulation that would sort of hinder innovation. And we can see the possibilities that crypto can bring to us. They are huge. So like when I listened to everything that Ahmed said about the dark net, the money laundries, which are very key things that need that which are very key reasons why crypto needs to be regulated. But we don't ban cash because of these financial crimes.
people still launder money with fiat and with normal cash. People still commit crimes with it. People still use the dark net with it. But instead of banning it, what we do is we try to find the people behind these illegal activities, and we build better controls and better defenses to sort of work against them. So I think in our bid to sort of regulate crypto, this is an opportunity for us to reimagine how we can regulate and build controls instead of just using the traditional anti-money laundering controls that work for banks or work for other financial institutions. So I think if we're not careful, we can let the fear of scams, the fear of money laundering, tax evasion, illegal wildfire, all these things, we can allow the fear of it to sort of make us cause stifle innovation. But if we can be a little bit creative about it, I think, and making use of blockchain tools, because I've seen a lot of blockchain tools that can sort of do wonders. And because crypto is on this blockchain open ledger system, crypto, it's easier to trace and sort of monitor than normal cash and normal money. And there are so many tools out there, blockchain tools, that can do this. So I think for regulating this, we need to be careful so that we do not sort of hinder the growth, because the opportunities that crypto will bring, it's huge and boundless. So I would say I'm a little bit worried about how it would sort of stifle innovation, but hopefully we get it right.
Yeah, that's our prayer. Hopefully, we get it right. We're also looking at innovations, like you rightly said, that will not be able to stifle innovations. So regulations that will not stifle innovations is very, very important. So we see what regulations they've been doing here. The decision of the central bank, it has really affected many businesses. So let's look. We are moving to the segment, very another a beautiful segment talking about the time for the audience. We have some questions that are popping up here. I'll be able to look at some of these questions now and see. Our questions are comments. Okay, let me look at it. So plus all it is dropping was bearish. Hello, the video is echo. Okay. So most of the questions here are just talking about the market, the dip. So December Dozier is asking, so there's going to be more dip. So it's asking, is there going to be more dip? What do you think about that? Chika?
Well, I don't think I'm in the best position to answer that. I'm not the market, and I don't want anybody to say I said. So I don't think I'm the best person to answer that question. Maybe Ahmed can help.
Okay,
to be honest, I have no experience about the crypto, so I am not into it. So.
Okay, nobody wants to go there. Nobody wants to go there. So let me see. Okay, Kenneth John is asking, what's your take on regulations from the Arab world, Ahmed? So regulations are from the Arab world.
Actually, regulations are there. Many countries are working on it. Like Dubai is going to be work on it, and UAE is working on it, and they might launch their own coin. So many countries are working on their own coins. So let's see where it going towards. We always see the future sometimes, and it's going to be hopeful, inshallah.
Okay, thank you. Chika, do you think the Nigerian government will come up with more regulations this year?
Well, definitely. We live in Nigeria. Anybody that knows the Nigerian ecosystem knows that, day in, day out, week in, week out, we always have one regulatory or one regulation or the other. So we they revisit crypto? That's something I don't know for now, especially with them trying to push the in-naira, thing. So I think they would want to see how far the in-naira would go, or how far, how good it will be before they would want to revisit, the ban on financial institutions using crypto. So I can't really speak for the central bank. Well, I think, knowing them, they would probably have something else come up anytime soon.
That's what we're praying, that they come up with something that better regulations anytime soon. Isiaku Abubakar is asking which ministries are in charge of crypto regulations and how does it affect prices? So which ministries are in charge of crypto regulations? That's what he's asking. Ahmed, can you take that?
Yeah, actually, when we talk about the regulating the crypto, and there are many people came in, like finance ministry, right? You need, even if you want to mine the thing, you need environment ministry in it. Then there are intelligence agencies going to be part of it. There are bureau like revenue board, so that going to be part of it. So there are a lot of ministries came in. This is not something like only investigation agencies or only state bank, like central bank came into the regulation. You need a lot of, because that is if you want like power ministry, because you are going, if you need put a mining machine there, then you need a power ministry as well. So that is not something like very easy to do. So there are many people came in. Then there become a regulations came, like you need telecom authority as well to white label the IPs. So you know what I mean. So there are a lot of ministries came in. That is, this is not some single person going to regulate it, right?
Yes, yes, I understand. I know also that SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission, also is also involved when it comes to regulations as well. Another question here: do you see from Ezemba Chi dossier, Calisto, do you see more countries adopting crypto? So, Chika, can you take that?
Well,
Do you
we're
see more countries
hopeful.
adopting?
We're hopeful, but I think, as opposed to adopting crypto, like what Ahmed said, they might want to create their own, CDBC, which they can control, and does is easier and doesn't, need more work. But I we're hopeful. At least we've started seeing some countries adopt it and actually putting thoughts with putting out regulations for it. So we're hopeful. That's all we can say. Uh, I don't know how soon that would be, but maybe.
Yeah, I understand this question. I know this question, the person that asked this question might be coming from the El Salvador point of view, seeing the way El Salvador is embracing cryptocurrency. Maybe he wants to know. I know in the case of El Salvador is a smaller country. No, you cannot really compare it with some other countries that are much more bigger. We believe, we pray that with the lives of metaverse coming in, and it's another way we see many countries will be embracing. You see, institutional bodies are now embracing crypto as well. So we see metaverse as a way of also having people on board on the ecosystem. So okay, the question is from Zimba. The question is how to show the world that crypto is future. Any idea, Chika? They're asking you. I say, Rose, please. Okay. So the question is how to show the world that crypto is the future. Any idea? Chika, they are directing it to you.
Well, I think we're focusing too much on crypto, because I know, I'm sure a lot of people already see what crypto can do, on how much it can do, but we're a bit worried about the volatility and not knowing if it's a physical asset or a digital asset, or if it's a legal tender. So I guess that is where the industry experts come in to try to enlighten people and like enlighten the government and sort of get regulatory backings. But I think more than crypto, it should be blockchain as a whole, because like Ahmed said, crypto is just a small part of blockchain, and blockchain is also huge, and there's so many things blockchain can do in the healthcare sector, transportation, and even in the finance world. So maybe if we are discussing it from the blockchain point of view, people would sort of see more value to it than sort of, instead of focusing just on crypto. Because when we focus on crypto, what people just think is you want to make money, quick money, easy money, even though that might not be actually what it is. But with the scams, the hacks here and there, I think if we keep focusing on crypto, I don't know how people are going to be able to get a buy-in. But if we can focus largely on what blockchain can do and how it can affect us positively, I think that is a better way to sort of look at it.
Okay, thank you for that. Another question, Ishaku is asking, how beneficial is NFT market to non-famous individuals?
Actually, on my take on that, NFT, we need to understand the NFT first. Like people normally talk about the NFTs and crypto only. Actually, they have no idea about what actually the NFT is. That is, one is a real world thing. We put that into the digital world with the unique identity. Even like we are the people, we take one screenshot here. This is around 1 a.m. in Pakistan, right? And I don't know, that is 9 p.m. For your in Nigeria, right? So we take that one picture and put that into the NFT with a unique identity. So yes, that has the future. But if we like, okay, we only make relation with the crypto and NFT, then might be that is a big disaster in my point of view, in my personal point of view. But if we talk about like how it will work in the metaverse, how it will work in the blockchain, with the blockchain thing, so with the unique identity, like this is the NFT, this is how it will work, then I think that is the future.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's how we can go with this. Okay, Ezemba is asking, how do you think that this regulation might be needed in order for safety? Chika, can you try that? Do you
Okay.
think this regulation might be needed in order for safety?
Well, yes, I think it's regulation. That's why it's regulation. It's supposed to be there for our protection, you and your protection, investors. So because there are a lot of unknown risks attached to this. So we have the cyber risk. We're talking about the technological risk. We're talking about the data privacy, data protection risk, and also consumer risks for scams and things like that. Was it the what's the name of squid? Was it the Squid Game coins, or what coins was that? Was it the Squid coins that came out then, and
What
people
is that?
yeah, it was the squid, right?
What did you say?
Was it the Squid coin for the movie? It was the Squid coin that sort of went downhill. Then there was a coin, Squid Game coin, that so basically the regulations. Well, even with the regulations in the financial institutions, it doesn't necessarily. It's not 100%, but at least you're able to protect 70. A huge amount is able to be protected. So I think that is why regulation is needed. This regulation is not needed to control your money, because I think people think that this regulation is the government. They just want to control my money. They want to control everything that I want to do. It's not. It's more about your safety and your investment safety, because whether we like it or not, people have lost thousands, millions in this thing, which again you would say is not peculiar to only crypto. But the problem with the crypto is it's unregulated. People don't actually understand it. We have the mixers where you can steal the money and mix into, and people you cannot actually trace the origin. So I think for the crypto, it's just trying to sort of understand it and try, to regulate it as best as we can, because whether we like it or not, it's not going to be 100%.
Thank you very much for that. Because of our time, I don't think we're going to be going further with some questions from the audience. Thank you very much for your patience. This is OKS Talks about to by OKS Cryptocurrency Exchange in collaboration with Coin Extra TV, CNN TV. So, amazing topic that we had today: cryptocurrency regulations, impact, and dangers. Joining us, Chika BK, compliance and risk analyst, and Ahmad Manzoor, founder and CEO of Pakistan Blockchain Institute. Very interesting conversations has really been so far. Just I would like to get one question to our guest. Let me hear from each of you. Chika, maybe I'll start with you, ladies first. Let's look at it this way. How do you see the future of cryptocurrency and adoption of it as well?
Well, how do I see the adoption of cryptocurrency? I think I'll just speak for Africa. I think it can be an alternative way of doing business for corporate organizations, and it can serve as a solution to our cross-border remittance problems. So I think it has a great future, and I've even seen companies that offer you savings in stable currencies. I've seen you being able to get credit with this coins and these digital assets. So the adoption for Africa, I think it might take a while, but does it have a huge future and huge potential? Definitely, because we are already saying what good things it's already doing for other countries, and even how it's helping create source of income, jobs, you know, um, from people that trade, and cryptocurrencies companies that are already based in Africa or Nigeria. So for employment, we have that. But again, I think focusing on not just crypto, focusing on blockchain as a whole and its benefits would do us more good than just focusing on crypto.
Thank you very much. And Mazo, you see the way it's in Pakistan. So how do you see the adoption, the future of cryptocurrency adoption?
Actually, I was with the end part of Ma'am Chika. Actually, the future is blockchain. That is not only crypto, right? And future is blockchain by all means. Because when we talk about, like, in different conferences, we all know that the verifiable data came from blockchain, the used by AI, artificial intelligence, in the future. So I have no idea about the crypto, that is a future or not, but blockchain is a future by all means, inshallah.
Thank you very much. Blockchain is the future. Thank you very much. Really nice discussion so far. I really appreciate this. Thank you very much, Chika Beke, for joining us today. I hope I'm pronouncing your name well, Beke.
Yes, you are.
Okay, compliance and risk analyst. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, thank you, Ahmad Mansour. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Lee, for having me in this wonderful talk.
It's our pleasure. Thank you very much for our audience. Do like to follow this social media handle across all their social media, Twitter and Telegram at Okx Africa. Do well. If you have questions, you can drop it there for them, or you can follow up our guests. If you have questions for them individually, I don't know if I'll give them opportunity to. How can our audience reach out to you? Chika, their name is maybe on Twitter also.
Twitter Cherryfield B. Then LinkedIn, just my name, Chika Beke, and you're going to find. Even if you type, Chika Beke on Twitter, my name is still going to pop up.
Yeah, Google knows her name. So thank you, Mazo.
My actually Twitter is Ahmed Manzoor1, and that is the simple my name. And if everybody can Google me, then they'll find me there as
Google
well.
knows your name too. Google. Thank you very much
Yeah, thanks a lot.
for a great conversation. Thank you very much. You can follow our Coin News Extra TV, that's CN TV, across all our social media, CN TV One. Thank you. This show comes your way every Saturday, 8 p.m. West African time. So join us again next week for another interesting topic. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye bye.